What's up?
Hey, how are
Hey.
you? Talk
No.
about fangirl. And listen, I was at Seattle Opera yesterday, and this poster is all over the outside with this incredibly handsome black man on it. And I guess his name is Norman Garrett.
You came on the right
Marriage of
day.
Figaro. What about Marriage of Auntie Viv? Girl, I
Okay.
was over there like, okay.
Look, you came on the right day.
I came on the right day.
You never know what you're going to encounter here in the Black Media Matter studio.
Girl.
But you know what? You are doing so many phenomenal things. I love how Omari prefaced it earlier. We're talking about, okay, the MC of Doors. No way. So many different amazing titles behind you and your legacy. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely.
I love me some Treyana Holiday and some Omari Salisbury.
Come on. We love you. And you know what? This is really exciting because STG has been such a phenomenal partner of ours. Tell us about your connection to STG.
Well, my connection to Seattle Theater Group goes back to 1992, 93. I worked on the restoration of the Paramount Theater. And back then, I think there were 7 of us on the staff. And I have been involved with that organization in some capacity on the board. I spent 6 years as their director of marketing and communications. And this is my 3rd time emceeing Doors.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm excited. I invited myself, right?
I know that's
I was like,
right.
Smokey Robinson is coming. Y'all need me there, right?
Well, look, and they probably had no objection at all because you are phenomenal. And so, this is something that is annual for STG.
Right.
Obviously, they have a lot of continual supporters, right? Folks that are just always giving. But tell us a bit about what this means to you to now be emceeing this for the 3rd year and to kind of see how they really have now really embed themselves in community. That was something that we got to learn while we were there at the Paramount Theater doing the morning update show from there. They were talking about, no, we're intentional to include our community and let them know this is their home. Tell us a little bit about how you experienced that.
So, I worked with the founder of the organization back in the 90s. And when she purchased the Paramount Theater, her intention was to make that a place that we call the People's Theater. It is a grand movie palace built in 1928. And back then, people could spend essentially 50 cents or a quarter and come to a vaudeville show, get dressed up, feel like royalty. So she wanted that to be maintained in the organization. All of these community engagement programs started with her founding in some capacity. So the way that they have evolved has become really wonderful. Broadway inclusion programs. I went to see Hamilton like 5 times while it was at the Paramount. But the one thing that I remember most is the sensory performance where all the kids were in the theater. The lights were not completely out. They were dimmed. It was a warm and welcoming environment for the kids to enjoy the production. Same thing for Lion King. One of the community engagement programs that I'm most inclined toward is Alvin Ailey or Ailey Camp, right? Ailey Camp was founded a number of years ago while I was still at the organization. And it was founded in honor of Ailey's general manager prior, who is Calvin Hunt, who came from Tacoma. Calvin died right before Ailey Camp got started. And so it is in homage to his contribution and his relationship to this community that program was instituted. So what I know about the Seattle Theater Group, what I know about the intention of the founding of this community organization, which happens to be the largest performing arts institution in the Puget Sound region, I know that it's an organization that deserves to be supported. And I know that they are intentional always about the ways in which they show up in community. Having Converge Media be a partner now is really a wonderful expression as well of their commitment to community. I know that you've been in the theater. When you go into the lobby bar, you see Redefinition, which is a community art gallery that was intentionally formed so that we could redefine what cultural space looks like and to whom it belongs. So those are the ways and the reasons that I think this organization should be supported. The last time that I MC, we raised $1.3 million, I think, in that evening. So I know this is the first time back in person in 2 years. I'm hopeful. I'm so hopeful that we can hit that $1 million mark again. And if I can do something to help that happen, I'm there. But Smokey Robinson is there too. So that's another good reason to be there, right?
Yeah, a legend in the build. This is really going to be so special for me. And the fact that, this is the first year that we've been able to partner with STG in this way. It's just going to be so special for all of us here at Converge already. For me in particular, I always say this: I was a thespian, a theater kid,
That's
right? So being able to interview people coming, to the theater, all of these amazing actors, amazing performers. This is really exciting for me, not just because Smokey Robinson is going to be there or because you're emceeing, but I agree with you in terms of why this organization needs to be supported. And I'm experiencing their intentionality of connection to community. So I love how you just highlighted so many other programs, because I think oftentimes people don't realize how many different things are going on. But SCG is also connected to Northwest Tap Connection. I mean,
thank you for bringing that up.
They do a lot of great work beyond just putting on these amazing shows.
Northwest Tap Connection will be featured at doors. There will also be performances from youth who are involved with More Music at the More, which is a music training program that allows young high schoolers the opportunity to work with songwriters and mentors and performers. Some of the mentors have been, Ernestine Anderson was one of the mentors for More Music for a very long time, but their music conductors have spanned the spectrum. Robert Glasper, Michelle Ndegeocello, Sheila E. All of these people have come to this organization to work with these young people. I'm also really excited by a performance from Abraham in Motion, Kyle Abraham's dance company. And Kyle Abraham's company performed at the Moore Theater in February. And I love this man so much. I love his company. I love the work that they do. And it's going to be a fabulous evening. It's going to be fun. I'm excited to be back on stage at the Paramount Theater. I've been on that stage hundreds of times, over the course of the last 30 years, but I get real excited about this particular event and seeing the community come out and support this organization.
Well, I gotta say, they got the right woman for the job. You're talking about, not only your personal experience, but how you've been able to really see their intentionality. I think is so, so key. So please make sure our audience knows how they can come to doors. That is happening soon. Please, right there, let them know.
Go to stgpresents.org and buy a ticket, or buy some tickets. If you can't come, buy tickets and sponsor other people that can come. I think that's one of the elements that I really encourage people. If you cannot on your own come to the event, why not purchase a ticket and make that available for someone else in the community who can come? So I will see you on Saturday night in the house, in my house.
Yes,
I call it my house.
I know that's
Paramount
right.
Theater.
I know
it's all of ours.
It really is. Yeah. And the Queens of Converge will actually be there for afterwards. And so then we'll be there again in the evening. I'm really looking forward to an amazing day at the Paramount. Thank you so much, Miss Vivian Phillips, for joining me today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.